Every day, billions of animals watch us. Your dog studies your face before you even speak. A crow remembers you for years. But what do they actually think when they look at a human? The answer is far stranger and far more complicated than you'd expect. For most of history, we assumed animals barely noticed us, that we were just background noise in their world. But new research shows the opposite. Many animals don't just notice humans, they study us, judge us, and even remember us individually for years. Let's start with dogs. Studies show dogs can read subtle changes in your face faster than most humans can. They notice a fake smile versus a real one, and they can tell when you're anxious just from the tension around your eyes. Even more impressive, dogs can judge a stranger's trustworthiness within seconds. In one experiment, dogs refused food from people who had been rude to their owner earlier, even though the dog had no direct reason to dislike that stranger itself. To a dog, you're not just an odor. Brain scans show dogs release the same bonding hormone, oxytocin, when looking at you that human parents release when looking at their own children. In a very real biological sense, your dog sees you as family. Crows take this even further. Researchers wearing specific masks captured and released crows once. Years later, even a decade later, those same crows would scream alarm calls only at people wearing that exact mask, never forgetting the encounter. But it gets stranger. Crows apparently teach their children and neighbors to recognize that dangerous face too. Even birds who never met the researcher personally learn to avoid and scold that same mask, passing the grudge on through their whole community. Elephants in Kenya do something remarkable. Researchers played recordings of different ethnic groups speaking. When elephants heard the language and saw the clothing style of a group known for hunting them, they bunched together defensively, but showed no fear toward groups who had never threatened them. This proves something powerful. Elephants don't fear humans in general. They fear specific humans based on real memories of real danger. Meanwhile, elephants raised around gentle caretakers often approach humans calmly, even resting their trunks on a familiar person's shoulder. Chimpanzees and other primates go beyond just recognizing faces. They seem to understand human intentions. In experiments, chimps could tell the difference between a person who accidentally dropped food and a person who deliberately withheld it, reacting with patience to one and frustration to the other. In tourist areas of Bali, macaque monkeys have learned something even more clever. They deliberately steal items like sunglasses or phones from tourists, then only give them back once they're offered food, effectively learning to negotiate with humans. In parts of Brazil, wild dolphins do something astonishing. They herd fish directly toward fishermen standing in the water, then signal with a specific splash when it's the perfect moment to throw the nets. This partnership has been passed down for generations. In the wild, dolphins don't approach every boat or every swimmer. They seem to choose, often avoiding aggressive or noisy humans while curiously approaching calm, quiet ones, suggesting they're actively evaluating us, not just reacting on instinct. Urban foxes have completely rewritten how they see humans. Instead of prey and predator fear, city foxes increasingly treat humans as a resource, learning trash collection schedules, safe crossing times, and even which houses reliably leave out food. Raccoons take this adaptation further, treating human environments like giant puzzle boxes. They've learned to open latches, unzip bags, and even recognize which garbage cans have loose lids, viewing our cities less as danger zones and more as opportunity. Even city pigeons recognize individual humans. Studies show pigeons can distinguish the specific person who regularly feeds them from strangers wearing identical clothing, following that one familiar figure through a crowded park while ignoring everyone else. Cats have a very different perspective. Some researchers believe cats may see humans as simply larger, non-threatening cats, using the same headbutts, slow blinks, and meows on us that they'd use to communicate with other cats, rather than a completely separate species. In attachment studies, similar to those done on human infants, most cats treated their owner as a genuine, secure base, exploring a strange room confidently when their person was present, then becoming noticeably more cautious the moment that person left. Farm animals form individual bonds too. Cows have been shown to recognize and prefer specific caretakers, with their heart rate actually lowering around people they trust. Pigs, similarly, can distinguish familiar handlers from strangers just by voice alone. On isolated islands with no history of human contact, animals often show zero fear at all. Famous cases like the Galapagos iguanas and certain island birds will let a person walk right up to them, having never learned that humans could be dangerous. For most large predators, like lions and bears, humans are actually not seen as easy prey at all. Our upright walk, direct eye contact, and unfamiliar scent often trigger caution rather than a hunting instinct, which is part of why predator attacks are far rarer than people assume.
But that perception can change fast. In regions with heavy poaching, elephants and other animals have been documented becoming dramatically more aggressive and fearful toward all humans, learning, tragically, that we represent genuine danger through repeated painful experience. In protected whale-watching regions, something beautiful happens in reverse. Whales that were once wary of boats, after years of only encountering calm, non-threatening tour vessels, have begun approaching boats voluntarily, sometimes even nudging them playfully, as if testing a new kind of curiosity. So what do animals really think of us? The truth is, there's no single answer. It's not a fixed opinion passed down through instinct alone. It's built moment by moment, through real memories of kindness or harm, calm or threat. Every interaction adds up. A single gentle encounter can teach a wild animal that humans are safe. A single cruel one can teach an entire family group, sometimes an entire species population, that we are the greatest threat in their world. Every interaction adds up. A single gentle encounter can teach a wild animal that humans are safe. A single cruel one can teach an entire family group, sometimes an entire species population, that we are the greatest threat in their world. Which brings us back to your own dog, watching you right now. Every calm word, every gentle touch, every moment of patience is quietly shaping exactly how that animal understands humans, building trust one small interaction at a time. Scientists are now using AI-powered tracking, facial recognition, and bioacoustic analysis to understand animal perception of humans in far greater detail than ever before, potentially reshaping how we approach conservation, farming, and even our own pets at home. Maybe the biggest lesson here is a humbling one. We've spent centuries studying what animals mean to us, but only recently started seriously asking what we mean to them. And the answer, it turns out, depends entirely on how we choose to act. What's the most surprising thing an animal has ever done that showed you it was really thinking? Tell us in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to keep exploring the hidden minds of animals with us.